If you create PowerPoint slides, here is a transformative tip. Always write your slide headlines before creating your charts. Why? Because most analysts take the opposite approach, creating charts first and adding headlines afterward. Now, whilst this may seem faster initially, it often results in more effort down the line and slides that fail to deliver maximum impact. When you start with charts, you often waste time. You delete unnecessary slides, rework cluttered ones, or create headlines that are too descriptive, don't align with your data, or both. Your audience, they're left confused and overwhelmed. Now let's break this down with an example. This slide comes from a report on engagement with women's football. The headline says, viewership of women's football is similar among girls and boys, but has declined since the Euros. At first glance, it seems like viewership has increased because the bars rise from left to right. Confusing, isn't it? The problem is that the headline reflects only part of the chart, specifically the data on the left about women's football. The right side shows data on men's football, which isn't relevant to the headline. To add to the confusion, there's some text about men's football squeezed in, likely added as an afterthought. Then there are quotes, interesting ones, but they don't support the headline. They are distractions. Now let's look at how we can fix this. Here is a better version of the slide. The chart now matches the headline. The bars representing the response among girls are together, making the trend clearer. Arrows highlight the key movements, guiding the reader's eye. If we need to include men's football data for context, it should go on a separate chart with the second sentence in the headline to match. For an even better slide, give each chart its own descriptive title. Use the main headline to interpret the data and answer the big question, so what? A headline like, the Women's Football World Cup did not reach the same level of engagement as the Euros. We should consider how the sport can amplify the effect of major tournaments. Now that adds value by contributing to a story. It invites engagement and keeps your audience hooked. That is the first tip for better data storytelling. Always write your slide headlines before creating your charts. It saves time, makes your analysis more persuasive, and therefore more memorable, shareable, and more narrable. If you find this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more tips about how to tell stories with data.